Okay, we're definitely live on the radio, and I'll just record the video because the live streaming thing isn't working. I'll need to fuck about with it later. Anyway, so welcome to the last show of Shooting the Shit. It's been a while because schedules has changed, and I really don't want to do the show anymore as well because I've been thinking about it, and I've lost all the pictures. I've lost most of the stuff because I had it all saved on the fucking external hard drive that just stopped working about 6 months ago. So that's why there's been no shows. But I thought that we need to finish it off because we can't just leave it the way it was. So this is going to be the last show. So yeah, welcome back to Shooting the Shit, and hopefully we have this show just to wrap everything up into a little bow. That's the idea anyway. So I don't know. Well, maybe I'll continue the conversation about the Brewdog thing, right? So there's a BBC documentary that I watched about Brewdog because they're an Edinburgh-based brewery company, or in Scotland. So I was interested, and I remember hearing about them obviously because they're big enough, but I never really liked their beers. They're not that great. They're IPAs, like a hipster type weird beer thing, but they're like they base themselves around punk rock, and they just come across as pretentious assholes. To me, they did anyway. So there's a documentary done that is interesting because the CEO has been basically sexually harassing women and stuff in the place, and basically treating staff like shit most of the time anyway, no matter what gender they were. But I remember when I first thought they were a bunch of wankers, it was a Twitter post for a new beer that they were giving free to women because feminists and National Women's Day or some shit, and they were giving away free beer, and they named the beer something about women. Oh, we support women. You know that shit that the companies come out with, right? so so it was funny when I was reading the article about the CEO being a sexual harassment person. It's oh, I wish I had the picture, but you know the picture with this is what a feminist guy looks like, and then it's got like the images of the different species that pretend they're something else, like the trapdoor spider thing, and it's got a feminist guy. It's like, yeah, that's because it usually always comes out that they're dirty bastards towards women, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah, it does.
it's like, yo, all our males are toxic and blah blah blah. I'm the good one, and it's like, yeah, you're getting caught sexually harassing women in about 5 years' time, mate. It's like always the same, always the same.
It does. It happens so often. It's a pattern.
Yeah. So anyway, but he wasn't doing it to the as much to the people uh, in Scotland. It was mostly when they opened up the US based place, and he was basically going over to the US, and a lot of them were saying he uses it like a holiday. It's like he's on holiday, and basically a couple of if you were his type of woman, you would sometimes get told not to bother coming in or not do your hair and makeup. So that's a bit weird. I mean, if one of your colleagues come up to you and say, "Yeah, by the way, the guy's big CEO's coming," you kind of look like his type. You maybe don't want to come in, or don't do your hair or makeup. It's like, okay. So what he was doing was he would kind of well, because he owns a brewery, the beer, so he would throw parties at the breweries or whatever. Well, it sounds like it doesn't go into exactly what happened, but it sounds like he would get them drunk and then sexually harass them and stuff. That's kind of what it sounded like. And one of the accusations was he went to the roof with one of the female employees and got her drunk and stuff. And he came out and said, no, that place you're talking about doesn't have a roof. It has a balcony. So he was right. It isn't actually a roof. It is a balcony, but who cares? So he wasn't denying that it never happened. He just says, no, there is no roof there. It's a balcony. Part. Yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah, that's the important part, mate. It's not you're sexualizing, touching women up that you employ or anything. So he's been caught being just a bit of a nasty asshole anyway, because he was he's trying to be all punk rock and shit, and he was blowing up cans of beer from like Heineken and Carlsberg, and we're not like them, we're a small little brewery company, and stuff like that. And it's like weird, because the documentary goes into, that's weird. You hate Heineken. How come you've got shares in Heineken? He's one of the marketing pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Another one that they've done was they launched a beer called Lost Forest. And basically it said, for every beer you buy of this one, we'll plant trees. Guess how many trees they've planted after having the beer launched about a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hello?
Yeah, I think you cut out. Cut out a second. Sorry.
Must be Discord. Anyway, so they made this beer called the Lost Forest. If you buy the beer, they plant a tree, right? If you buy, depends how many trees they plant. But guess how many trees they've planted so far? None. Hello? Is it Discord?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So they've planted no trees. But they did apply for a grant from the government for 1.3 million to help them plant trees.
What?
Yeah. So they weren't going to use their own money ever. It's like government taxpayer money that they've applied
God, that's
for.
Terrible.
Right?
They didn't because Mr. Beast, he raised all that money and planted all those trees and the trees, and they couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. Well, it's hard planting trees, man. Because you have to dig the hole, and if you've got a couple of million trees to plant, it's gonna you're not gonna do it on your own. You'd have to automate the fucker. But anyway, it's just the whole thing of them going, yeah, if you buy this beer, we'll plant trees for every beer we sell. And then applying to the fucking government for the money to do it. It's like, yeah, okay, you're one of the arseholes. But anyway, yeah, the documentary's pretty funny, because it's all full of shit like that. Like, the whole thing, it's like, yeah, this guy's just a marketing wanker. Everything he says is just bullshit. And it was pretty funny. Anyway, so if you've got something, I can try and pull that up. You send it through the machine, yeah.
Oh yes, I already linked you to it.
Okay.
Right there.
I wasn't looking. Hang on. Oh, the Ubisoft. Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that would be a good one.
Yeah. There's also Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, which is mad. And then they fired Bobby Kotick, I think, who's the CEO that knew about all the sexual harassment and stuff. That's another story about sexual harassment. It's always these big boys, man. It's always they ones. Always. Anyway, you can take this one if you want.
Yeah. Okay, so the title, Ubisoft executive says users don't get it in extraordinary NFT review. I'm not even completely 100% like against NFTs. Like if somebody creates original art and sells it,
Yeah.
like that's fine. But then people are running so many scams
Oh, it's not.
through NFTs, and they're stealing people. They're also stealing people's art and putting and selling it as NFTs.
Yeah, because all an NFT is, it doesn't copyright your art, right? All it does is put a number on it in the blockchain, right?
Yeah,
So
it just gives.
it's
So
you're not
then
really selling art, right?
you supposedly own the original
Mm.
picture of something, or you're the first person to own a copy of some or something stupid like that.
It's
But
tied to a number. It's basically just
yeah,
gives you a
it's
unique
just
number.
yeah, it just gives you a unique number for that image.
Yes.
But yeah, which like I wouldn't necessarily have a problem. It's just the scamminess, and then
Yeah.
corporations are starting to get on the scamminess, and people stealing art and selling it, and people are like really dumb about it. They're like, it's it's an investment, and it's like, bro, no, you bought a digital yacht for like $1 million.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
it's like,
digital yacht.
yeah, as soon as the servers go down, your yacht is gone. It's the problem I've had with digital games as well, because when if Steam ever shuts down, I've lost all the games. I've never actually physically got the thing. So if Steam shuts down, you've lost all your games.
Yep, that's true.
And it's a similar thing with the NFT. Especially in games, I don't get how they'll be able to implement them in games. It's just weird.
They're trying to. Yeah.
Of course they're trying to, because they see the money and they're like, oh, this is fucking good idea.
It's not, and I'm not going like I don't even mind some in-game purchases sometimes, you know. But I'm not going to get a special currency to in-game purchase something from a game that's probably costs even more, like in this stupid roundabout way.
Yeah.
To do for a game that you most likely already paid for.
Yeah.
So it's not happening. I wouldn't do that. It's stupid. Nope. And the general public does not like NFTs for, I think, good reasons, because of the scamminess nature that a lot of people are doing with it. So at that point, I just think it's bad PR. And people, and then acting like people don't get. No, people get it. They know what it is. They're not stupid, poor plebs.
No, it's especially the backlash from gamers, because gamers can see where this is going. It's going the same way as fucking loot boxes. Everything will be a fucking NFT. It's guaranteed. That's what they're wanting to do, and it's just for more money.
Yeah.
And that's why gamers hate it.
Yeah, and if you don't, oh my god, that reminds me. There was this one. Let me see if I could find this one post just real quick, because you just reminded me of this. Let's see.
It was funny. The guy's showing off on Twitter. Oh, look, I've got this fucking NFT, and then someone right clicked save as, and then posted it back to them. It's like, I own it too.
Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, so here's this. Okay, it's just a Twitter thing. So NFT bros are a special breed. This is just a friend of mine. So he had a conversation with somebody that is the NFTs are for us. So his tweet reads, GameStop is building the NFT metaverse. Ubisoft is the first major studio to jump in. This is the best direction for gaming innovation since 2D and 3D design. Can't wait to be able to start, buy/sell, trade my digital games and items. And so my friend says, you, GameStop, and Ubisoft can get in the bin and take your crypto trash with you. The only reason game studios are trying to jump on this BS is because they see it as an extra layer to try and emotionally manipulate people into in-game purchases by making them feel special.
Yeah.
And so he replied back, they're unlocking value tied to the game. Work you put into earning/playing the game. They're doing it for us.
Yes, sure they are, man.
If you don't understand why that's important, you must not be a true gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay, bro. No, but then like it was funny because my friend he linked me this, and I was like, they're making us pay more for things for us in new and elaborate ways. That's for us, bro. Some walnut. And my friend was like, but I ended up like saying like, please, Daddy Corpo, let me be your dirty little baby.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's what that is.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's really weird. The crypto boys are weird. They're a weird breed of weird people.
It's like the people that ended up. Okay, so you know, like when GameStop stock went up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, but then also there's Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Okay, which was funny, and it was just funny. That's all it was.
So,
right?
so was GameStop. It was just a thing, but you were going to lose money on both.
You could. A lot of people actually made money on GameStop. Very few made money on the Dogecoin because you actually had to get on that one early. But people thought they were going to make money, and they invested in it late, and it had already reached its max.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hang on, I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I even think there was people that invested like tons and tons of their like money or savings into the Dogecoin, and it was already at its peak, and then they just lost a lot of money because they weren't taking it as the joke that it was, and invested more than they were willing to lose, basically. And it kind of reminds me of that. Like, there's no way that you could buy a yacht for $1 million, a digital yacht, or however much they bought it for. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm back. Hey. Yeah.
Okay, I was saying that like buying at the peak of Dogecoin and expecting money back, because people did invest expecting money back to see an investment.
Yeah.
On something that was like artificially inflated in such a way that was always more worthless. Okay, that's what like NFTs are. It's like you're trying to invest in something that's so ridiculously artificially inflated that there's no way your investment is actually productive, and it's not a, how do I say, it's like buying like fake gold, like fool's gold.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like buying fool's gold and expecting it to be real gold.
Pretty much.
Because you're thinking that you're going to be able to resell it for just more.
You're basically speculating. That's basically what it is.
You're speculating that you're going to be able to,
when in most
and that you're going to be able to resell it more.
Yeah,
because it's fool's gold.
Yeah,
you're buying, and you're really, really overpaying for fool's gold.
Yeah, but the GameStop thing was more funny because what they were doing, they were buying up the stock, and because so many people were buying it, the price went up because that's what happens.
Yeah, but
they were holding
GameStop
it.
GameStop was different than they were holding it. GameStop was different than the Dogecoin because it had a different goal.
Because it had the same. Well, it had a goal, and it was just to fuck up the corporation that was trying to short sell the stock.
And they did.
They fucked that company.
So they did accomplish their goal. So that was for a specific goal. That's why I compared it more to the Dogecoin and fool's gold.
Yeah, NFTs are just weird. I don't understand why they want to buy these digital products when they have no value.
Well, they think it's going to. They're like paying top price for something, or well beyond top price for something, and thinking that it's going to go more than that. It's not. It's different. It's and I'm not even against like. Like the ugly monkeys and lions and stuff, the cards.
Christ, everything happens at the
same time.
Cat, will you fuck off? Come here. Come and get the food. Oh, she's just standing on my keyboard and she's going to fuck shit up. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Oh. Anyways, like the ugly monkeys and lions and people's profiles that they buy?
Yeah.
okay, I'm not even against those, right? Not in like, I see it as like, oh, that could have been something fun. Oh, like let me put in $1 or
Yeah.
$2 and see my random, so, like what random picture can I get?
Mm-hmm.
And get a random profile picture. Like that's what it seems like it should be, right?
Yeah.
Because it's minimal effort. And that's what it seems like, that because like I could see why people would be into that,
I think it
but
could be.
it's not like
No,
$1 or $3,
it's like
right?
100.
No, it's like $20,000.
Some of them, yeah, some of them are like 100. Some of them are 50. But it's weird. It's like
It's a
if
lot. It's a lot of money.
if
And
I
so
was
you're
an artist, I would be pumping out shitty drawings so fast and getting them to be an NFT
Yeah.
just to take
Like,
the money from these stupid fuckers. That's what I'd be doing.
being super ridiculously stupid, and buying and paying $20,000 for some ugly monkey. I'm like, rich
No.
people are fucking stupid. They were buying.
I mean,
to
the
me,
drawings aren't
it looks
even.
like
Most
when
of
they
the
were
drawings aren't even that good.
when they're putting gold on food.
Yeah,
Oh
there's
no,
that
that's
too.
terrible. And when they were like putting gold on food,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, look how rich and posh I am," but it just looks so overpriced and ridiculously stupid. And then and it's it's just like it's like stupid rich people. And so I can't even fault like an artist being like, "Oh man, I'm making money this way."
Oh, I'd be doing
Like
it.
I said before, yeah, like I said before, I mostly have a problem with people like running scams.
Yeah.
That way. That's what I have a problem
It's
with. Like
easy.
not
It's easy
not
to run a
not
scam. That's
no.
the problem because no
Yeah,
one
it's so
actually knows
easy.
what an NFT is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They they think that they own the copyright. Then there
Yeah,
was
it's like the
these
June,
people,
like the
like
June
the June.
book. Yeah, that was fucking
Oh my
amazing.
god, that is so funny. Like you got scammed, bro. Like what do you mean? You thought you own the copyright now? Or like when people and people are stealing other people's art to sell on the NFTs,
Yeah,
and so it's like kind of exasperating the art theft problem. And so you see
yeah,
artists that have been taking down their art from certain sites and stuff and not posting their art,
yeah,
because people on there were stealing their art from that site so much and then selling them as NFTs. So the actual artist wasn't even, and I have a big problem with that. You know what I mean?
Basically, they seen a picture, minted the NFT. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but you have to mint it on the website, and it turns it into an NFT. And basically, what people were doing, they were just like stealing fucking pictures off the internet, and then getting them minted, and then selling them to people as NFTs. And it's like, bro, that's my fucking drawing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel less bad against, like a fool and his money are easily parted. For like an artist, drawing an original art of their own and selling it. But and just have a more problem with people really running like actual scams or like stealing art and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I think most of them just do feel like scams. Like I get the guys at Ubisoft saying we don't get it. Oh no, we get how it works. We know exactly what it is. That's why we don't like it.
The people buying it know how it works.
Exactly.
It's one thing because they're thinking they own the copyright or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll get into this real quick because we haven't even read it, but there's a lot to say on it. Okay, Ubisoft's. Okay, you know what this reminds me of, real quick before we get into it. You know what this reminds me of? You know what that Blizzard.
Yeah. Don't you have
gaming thing?
Don't you have phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah,
See,
right away,
that's what this reminds me of, doesn't it? Like you're talking down to people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. These things are fucking amazing. It's like, bro, no. And the only thing it reminds me of is, have you seen the advert thing for Cryptoland? Holy shit.
No, I haven't.
That's another rabbit hole.
What is that?
Okay, so it's like an island in Fuji or something, and it was up for sale, and these crypto people thought, oh, we can buy this. Like, if we all get together, we can buy this island. And they released like an advert for it saying, oh, and you can have like, there's 60 big mansion houses up here, and we're going to have them up there, and it's going to be called Crypto Lane or some stupid name. And you can own your own mansion, and you can do this and that. And next thing it's like, and it's all cryptocurrency, so like the whole economy would be cryptocurrency. And it's like, right, okay. And the animation and stuff's really weird. And then they use the Grease Lightning song, and they remix the words and stuff about crypto monies and stuff. It's so cheesy as fuck. It's like, who the fuck thought this was a good idea, and who the fuck is buying this shit? It's like, so they also in the advert they have a casino, right? Mm-hmm. And people found out that in Fuji it's illegal to have casinos. You're not allowed. The Fuji government don't allow you to have a casino. So it's like, these idiots are selling something that can't exist.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about in the scam. That kind of scam.
You know, but I don't think it's it looks like a scam, right? It looks like a scam.
If they're selling something
like,
that can't exist,
yeah,
in the place that they're trying to sell it, then that's like a scam. Yes.
Yeah, no, but the people that are on the thing talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people,
no, but it really
we know what's going on. It's the people buying the stuff. They don't know what's going on.
No, it's like the people that put this thing together are really excited about it and saying, yeah, no, we completely believe in this because we can do all this stuff, and it's like, so it's not a scam. Yeah. This is like a real thing, and it looks like a scam, but it's like people
I don't
really
know if I believe.
So it's weird.
They might be really into it, but like, it doesn't mean it's necessarily not a scam. They might just because if you think about it, they might know, and they might just be going along with it anyway.
But it's the amount of money
you know what? They might even.
It, though. It's the amount of money they've put into it. It's like really weird. If it was a scam, why would you put that much money into it?
Well, is that other people's money?
No, it was theirs.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds really stupid.
Yeah, no, it is. And so basically,
people are idiots.
When people were digging into it, they also found out that they didn't really have a deal to buy the island. They kind of just asked about it, and they had a certain amount of time to pay for it, if that makes sense. So they had like some type of time limit to actually buy it when they were in discussions with the government that owned the island, right? And they missed it. So it's like, you haven't even bought the island yet. You're trying to sell it to people. Oh, it's weird. They're like selling bits of fucking an island that they don't actually own. It's like, fucking hell. Anyway, that's another thing. There's lots of these fucking NFT cryptocurrency things going on all over the place, and it's like, not a lot of people understand it, and the ones that do are laughing at you. You know what I mean? The ones that do are laughing at all these NFT bros and crypto bros and shit, because it's just, what they say is just utterly nonsense. It's like, imagine spending, I think it was 2.6 million or £3 million on that June book thing, and then it was only supposed to go for 40,000 or something, and they paid like millions for it, and then they thought they could sell it to Netflix and stuff to make anime or some shit, and it's like, guys,
they were gonna make a show or something. Yeah,
it's like, but you don't own the fucking copyright. You've just bought a book, you retard.
Yeah, it's so bad. And like, you know what? I want to see them do it. I want to see them try it. Try to sell, like create it, spend all the time and money creating a thing, and then try to sell it on Netflix. It's just for entertainment. I need to see that take place.
But there's two different copyright things about that thing, right? Because it was based on Dune, right? Who I think Warner Brothers own that for films. Mm-hmm. So you can't use any of that. There's another part of it that was added on, and the guy that wrote the thing sold it as a comic book, and someone else owns the copyright for that bit. So no matter which bit of the book they want to use, they can't, because someone else owns the fucking copyright for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, the thing is like they could make whatever they wanted, as long as they just can't sell it. So you can make like a fan thing. But what's funny?
Well, even if a fan thing done well, the company could just jump in and say, "No, it's our copyright. Get to fuck."
No, because technically, it's like you could draw a piece of art and post it, or like or print something on a shirt for yourself, right?
Yeah,
or something, or draw something on a shirt yourself. So it's like, so you could, and people have made like fan-made Harry Potter things, okay? Yeah. Where they kind of make their own Harry Potter story movie or something,
It depends how aggressive
there's the Harry Potter Puppet Pals, and that's on YouTube. And so I feel like you could do that because if you're not selling or making money in any way off of,
sometimes it depends on the company, because Disney will not let you do. Yeah. Disney and Nintendo are fucking like really up their arse about copyright. So
but they overstep, and they're a big corporation. Nobody can fight them on it. That's a different thing. I'm saying, legally speaking, you would be actually fine, but you might get scared and like.
Well,
you could still get a cease and desist. But you actually wouldn't be in the wrong for anything. But at the same time, it's not like you can sit there and just fight a huge corporation.
Well, there was that thing that a kid that loved Spider-Man had. I think it was Spider-Man.
Was it the gravestone thing?
The gravestone thing, and it's like that wasn't for profit or anything, but fucking Disney stepped in and went, nah.
No, what happened with that is that the parents asked Disney for permission, and they rejected the permission. However, you really didn't have to ask permission in the first place. There is all sorts of tombstones. There's all sorts of tombstones with like Disney shit on them.
Right. Okay. It's just you don't tell Disney that it's got. I've got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney would have to scout all the graveyards to get them, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. Yeah. But you see what I mean, though. Like, legally speaking, they could make a fan Dune thing, okay, as long as they didn't try to sell it. Yeah. Because that would be the problem, is trying to sell it.
Yeah, to Netflix of all places.
Yeah. So I just think it would be funny. To watch them go through this process of making their shitty thing and trying to sell it to Netflix. Like, I need that in my life.
Yeah, just to see what happens.
Yeah,
when they wake up and realize what they've just done. But I think on Twitter they did. They were like, "Oh yeah, guys, see all this thing that we thought we could do? We just found out that we can't. So we're going to do our own thing now." And it's like,
they still wasted so much money.
Yeah, you still wasted over a couple of million on this fucking thing that you can't use. And the other funny thing about it was that they also said that we're going to try and put it up on the internet for free. And it's like, yeah, dude, 10 years ago that happened. So most of the book is already on the internet for free. So
yeah,
all their plans that they had for that thing are just dead in the water. It's like, well done,
well,
lads.
Like I said, they could still make some fan thing. They just can't sell it.
Yeah, but their whole point of buying it for that much was because they thought they could.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
It's like, holy shit, man. Like, I thought, like...
Yeah, like, I could make a fan doing thing, right? And I didn't have to pay him.
Yeah, exactly. You don't... Oh. Exactly.
For a book.
Oh. Yeah, and think about it. If it was for copyright, it would cost a lot more than what they paid for. To
probably,
buy the
yeah.
copyright, because you'd have to buy it from Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers aren't. I mean, they made a new movie recently, and they're going to make more because it's like part 1.
Yeah. So they've got their whole thing with it. So I don't think you'd be able to part them from it. But just because it's a copyright thing and you're buying it doesn't mean it's gonna cost millions. It just depends on what the thing is and who you're buying the copyright from. Like if it's some rando in Ohio wrote a script and you liked it and you offered that you could be like, okay, I want your script for like a couple of $1,000s, then they could sell it.
Yeah.
And then you could, so you know what I mean?
Yeah. But June's that big, and they've just made
millions.
They're
huge.
They've made hundreds of millions on that fucking movie, and there's going to be a part 2 because it ends. Yeah. Leading up to another part. It's quite good actually. I quite enjoyed it. I think it's better than
I haven't seen
the other
it.
one.
You do?
Yeah.
I'll just try to watch it. I mean, I know that they were doing that. I just hadn't seen it. You know.
It does need a part 2 though, because it's like it's like half the story of the other film that was made in the 80s, and it's kind of leading up to the second half. So I don't know if they're going to do it in 2 parts or 3 parts or what, but yeah. So for them to be thinking, yeah, we can buy this book and then we'll for $3 million, and somehow own the copyright that this big corporation's just spent, I don't know, a couple of $100 million on a fucking movie. To expect that you can buy it for $3 million is fucking stupid.
It is, yeah. And I think other people, because it was like a bidding thing, you bid on it, so other people thought so too.
Yeah, they must have. Seemingly, yeah, that's what's happened, because it was a bidding war or something. There's
a lot more stupid rich people out there than I thought.
Yeah. What was that famous saying? A fool and his money is easily parted.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah.
I said that earlier. Yep.
It's like, holy shit, but these people have got money. How can they be that fucking stupid? It's like my gran used to always say, oh, your brains are in your bank account. And it's like, nah, man. They definitely are not, because these people are spending this money for no reason.
It is. I don't think rich is tied to, because if you think about it, a lot of people can get lucky, win money, or they can get be born and get it through and get it through inheritance
or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not like somebody who built something. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Or invented something and is making the profit off of that. Then you could say, well, his
or even if they did, account. Even if they did,
even if they did, that doesn't mean
they're smart either.
Well, it means they're smart in one way, but it doesn't mean that they're smart in every way.
Well, it's like, it takes me back to the Brewdog guy that I was watching the documentary from. Mm-hmm. The reason he's made so much money on the beer is because of the image that he built up for the company. It's like, it's all marketing bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's how and it's sort of weird, right? Because the way he done it is, we're punks and we're rebels and we hate these other big brewery companies, and we're going to change it up, and we're a small little start-up thing. Mm-hmm. And he was selling shares to be part of the Brewdog shareholders team, right? And the normal people were buying the shares. So it's kind of like a cult in a way. It's like they've got this, they have these little shareholder party things, and it's like normal people when they bought in, when it was just a little startup and it was smaller. Mm-hmm. So they have all these little party things and stuff, it looks like it's a wee bit of a cult that he's built up as well. And one of the workers that used to work for him, and he was getting interviewed about it, and he goes, you worked for the company for this long. Did you know that guy that has the big negative thing about Heineken and like he wants to beat them and stuff? He goes, yeah. He goes, he owns £500,000 worth of shares in Heineken. And the guy's face, he's like, I worked there for like a number of years, and I would have never thought that he would have shares in that company because he fucking hated them. He's like, I'm just amazed at all the shit he's saying. It's like the complete opposite of what he's just done. He's like, that's fucking shocking to me. That's unbelievable. And you seen it in his face. He was just like, what, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, fucking hell. He's like, that guy's... he's like, I'm lost for words. I just can't believe it because the amount of shit he used to say about them. It's like, yeah. So he's bought this like little following of like cult like thing about the beer, and that's why he's made his money. And it's really weird seeing these people go, oh, is that what he's really like? It's like, yeah. Not only that, he fires people randomly just because seemingly they don't get told why they were fired and stuff. It's like, nah, you've not got a job anymore, we don't need you anymore. And then a month, 2 months later, the guy sees his job that he didn't. So he got fired because they said they didn't need him anymore, and his job doesn't exist anymore because we don't need you to do it. And then 2 months later, his job was up on the job listing. And he was like, I don't even know why they fired me. They just said that my job didn't exist anymore. And then 2 months later, I seen my job posted for they wanted someone to do my job. And it's like, that's fucking weird. And then you've got all the women coming forward saying that he's a bit of a sexist, misogynist, weird sexual harassment allegations and stuff. And it's like, yeah. Yeah. The more you hear about this guy, the more you're like, yeah, he sounds like a bit of a prick. It always happens. It's weird. And Microsoft. I already said this, didn't I? Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and then Bobby Kotick got fired, who was the CEO. Because
I don't think I brought anything about that purchase.
I haven't. It's just
I still haven't really finished reading this.
Yeah, I know, but it's fucking NFTs. So, but yeah, basically the CEO just came out and said, you don't know.
Yeah, he's speaking down to people.
Yeah, and it's like, it's like, because we know what's going to happen. It's like it's just a new loot box for you guys. That's basically what it is, because they got fucked over on the loot boxes, right? The government started looking at them and saying, hey lads, this is a bit like gambling. Yeah. Maybe not sell this shit to kids. And now they're like, oh, well, NFTs sound like a good idea, we can sell that. It's like, yeah, okay. And the other weird thing is, right, there's a couple of other NFT bro type people that were saying, oh, this is a really good thing, because then you'd be able to put the skins from Fortnite in like a different game. It's like, you don't know how games work. That's not how they work. You can't just take skins from one game and just put them in another game. It doesn't work like that. Not only could they be different companies, they'd be different engines as well. So like someone was saying I could get a skin in like I don't know, some Ubisoft game, and then use it in Call of Duty. or Battlefield, and it's like Ubisoft don't own any of their games. Like, they own one, but they don't own the rest, so they wouldn't be able to do the skins anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the games were on the same fucking engine, it's a different company. It's so weird. Like, the one
It
that,
is weird.
The one that could would probably be Microsoft could probably do it, because now they own fucking most of the gaming industry. Because they just bought Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And Bethesda. So they've got Bethesda and they've got Activision Blizzard. So that's like 3 massive game companies right there. So they could probably do it. But it's only because they own everything. And it wouldn't be a good thing anyway, because some games are different different looking. So, like, you wouldn't be able to use a military type skin in a medieval type game, would you? Because it wouldn't fit. So it's just weird how they think, oh, I could own this skin and then take it across multiple games. It's like, that's not how it's going to work, guys. Anyway, back to these. I don't think gamers. I think gamers don't get what a digital secondary market can bring to them for now, because of the current situation and context of NFTs. Gamers really believe it's first destroying the planet and second just a tool for speculation. Yes, it is. And destroying the planet thing, it doesn't help that you're spending loads of money to process these fucking numbers.
Yeah, it is not very environmentally friendly. Could it be made more so in the future?
Yeah,
possibly.
if it used solar power or something, yes.
Yeah, you could go different, more green routes eventually, hopefully. I think that is a good argument against it, though. I think that's a what's the word I'm looking for? A blank concern. What is that?
I
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to think of a word. I'm thinking a viable concern, but like that's not the word I want to use. A legitimate concern.
Yeah.
There we go. I feel like that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
A grievance that people have.
Yeah, it's just an extra thing that they've put on top of it, because it's like, you guys are a bunch of arseholes and all you want to do is make money.
Yeah.
And basically that's another thing you can throw on top of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they got out of it by saying, "Oh no, we're if we do go ahead with this, we'll run it on sustainable power and solar power and shit." And it's like, well, you fuck. Like, what big corporation ever does any of that shit they say? It's like,
not very many.
No, you won't. Yes, they're seeing the first. The end game is about giving players the opportunity to resell their items once they're finished with them or are finished playing the game itself.
See, that's the thing I don't understand. That they think gamers do this anyways.
Yeah, no,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but we can't. We're not allowed to.
I don't care.
I can't sell any of my digital games.
Well, not digital games. Items in the game.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, some people already do it. Look at CS:GO.
A lot of people do it, and nobody cares if the company doesn't want you to do it. Yeah. What are they gonna? It's so impossible for them to find out that it took place.
Yeah, well, Valve know it takes place. They built a whole.
Oh no, they know it takes place. I'm saying, like, to pinpoint an individual like thing that happened, like, oh, you purchased this trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what this NFT is going to do. It's going to help them trace it.
Yeah, but I don't want you doing it. You're like a big government now.
No, but
I don't want the government in all my payments. Like, what makes you think I want some corporation in it? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, but that's why.
That's what people are gonna do. That's
Yep.
what people are gonna say. That's what their position's gonna be.
Mm.
Because it's like the government isn't friggin' watching everything that you purchase and sell. Okay, because for one, it doesn't matter, and they actually don't care. It'd be like literally the dumbest thing to try to track is if my like garage sale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
What
but
makes you think I want some?
yeah,
What makes you think that that's appealing?
exactly.
You know, that's basically what it is. You're trying to monitor my garage sale.
Yeah, and call them NFTs so they can track the numbers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's all about data and knowing what belongs where and who sold
And then
when.
they probably profit off of it, of course, as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're trying to profit off of your garage sale. I don't think that's appealing.
Yeah. So so it's really, for them, it's really beneficial, but they don't get it for now. No, we get it. It's not beneficial for the game in any capacity. It's beneficial.
People do it anyways.
Yeah, and it's beneficial for them. That's the bottom line.
They're wanting to take. They're just wanting to take something that people already do and profit
make money off it. Yeah, pretty much.
And majority of people are like, no. And then you have like a couple of crypto bros that are like, let me suck your dick more.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It is weird. I feel like they're the people,
and they're anti-establishment
they're
as well.
the same type. Yeah, they're the type of people.
Right there. Did it fail?
They're the same like mindset and type of people that bought that Dune book.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's
the same mindset. They don't understand. They think they understand and they're pro it, but they don't understand.
Yeah, well, that's the trick though. The crypto thing is a new thing that not a lot of people actually get. I don't actually get it myself, but I sort of understand it a wee bit. But in understanding it a wee bit, I know to stay away from it because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how people are spending money on it when they don't get what the fuck it is. And it's all this cryptocurrency shit. It's like, I know that it's something to do with numbers and stuff, and you get a unique number on a digital thing. And then that's saved on a blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you own that like number, and the blockchain knows that you own it.
Yeah, you own this copy, and the blockchain can track that you actually own this copy of this thing. You do not own the thing.
Yeah.
So even if I drew art and I sold it on there, they do not own the copyright of my art.
No, you'd still own it.
Yeah, I would still own it. They own a copy of the art that I made.
Yeah,
and
it's like painting.
I can resell it as well and create another number.
Painting. Yeah,
it's just a different number.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so maybe the first number theoretically might be worth more than the second number.
Or
right?
or the opposite way about.
Except for they're paying top price for both of these times, and there's no way the value is going to increase on your number.
Well, it could, but only if people want that number.
Yeah, only if people want that number, and only if they want it for more than the ridiculous price you have already paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I think fool's gold is a really good comparison, because it's like if I bought an ounce of fool's gold for $50, who's gonna buy an ounce of fool's gold for $100? It becomes increasingly it becomes increasingly harder to sell your fool's gold.
Yeah, as people get to know it better and understand what actually is happening.
Yeah, because you already paid top price for it.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't pay $1 for fool's gold and then sell it for $2. Technically, that's the same amount of profit, right? But you're paying $50, so you're already overpaying for the fool's gold to begin with. and then you're trying to hold on to it, thinking it'll increase in value, and then trying to sell it for even more than the top overprice that you paid to begin with. It's just the likelihood of that happening is just not there.
I like this Kotaku article, and I don't like Kotaku, but I've just been reading a wee bit more, and it says,
oh yeah,
we absolutely get
they
it.
actually had a good article here, because everyone could come together collectively
yeah,
and agree on this.
We absolutely get it, Nicholas, and we want nothing to do with it. It's telling that this is a sales speech coming from someone in the crypto space. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't want to pay this amount of money because you don't get it. And it's like, you don't know, we kind of do get it, and we think it's fucking stupid. Since it has the same dangerous and soulless hallmarks of condescending hucksters who want to turn everything into a market to transform even your leisure time into something that can be a divine right should be consummated or whatever. Of course, he wants Ubisoft to push ahead with this, and giving players the opportunity to resell their items is a key sentence here. A big driver of money for them in this space won't just be the sales of NFT items, but the cut they get every time someone sells an item to be resold again. Exactly. That's why they want part of it. It's so that they can track every fucking transaction and take a percentage of it.
They're trying to become a third person middleman. But like,
they're trying to become a bank. They're basically trying to become a bank.
What if, right? This crazy idea where I just completely cut out the middleman.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, novel idea.
But you can't just cut out the middleman because it's the NFT. It's crypto. It's a number that they've controlled.
Yeah, but that's why I wouldn't do it anyways. I would just
no. But that's exactly why.
Not have it as an NFT.
That's
exactly why they're trying to do it. They don't want. Yeah, that's exactly why they want it, so that they can track it. You're not able to cut them out.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. 100% what they wanted.
What if originally I never did that and I just cut out the?
Exactly. It's like, guys, like, why do we need it to be an NFT? And they don't have an answer. It's so weird.
Yeah,
there's a lot of companies, big video game publishers are included, have been dipping their toes into the market over the last 12 months for just this reason. As stupid as it is, it also unusually explained away by it being a fad that involves making a quick buck out of suckers. And really, what public company would want to do that? Yeah, no, that's exactly why they all want in on it. Ubisoft efforts are on a whole other level, though. There's a degree of diluted commitment to this cause we simply haven't seen from other publishers. And whenever I hear about developers predicting NFTs will drive a wedge right in the heart of this industry, it's places like Ubisoft where management and workers are so far apart on the issue. A lot of the devs and stuff have come out and said, yeah, we don't get this shit either. It's weird. We're with you guys. We don't understand why they want to put this shit in games. Well, we do, but yeah, we don't want it. It's so fucking weird, this whole fucking thing. Who else came out and said they were doing? Oh yeah, Square Enix came out and said they were looking at NFTs. The only company that came out and said stuff about NFTs was in a positive type way was Sega. Basically, they came out and said, yeah, we're looking at NFTs, but we've heard the backlash and we're going to be keeping an eye on it, but we have no desire to get into it at the moment. They're like the only company that's ever came out and said that. Like, all the other companies are scrambling to try and see if they can get it done. It's weird.
It is. Well, I think it's the ones that like have come out and been like, no, we're not doing NFTs or whatever. are the ones that are seeing that the main customer base, the majority customer
Do not
base,
want.
and the majority of people do not want it, and it's
going to hurt their brand.
bad PR.
Yeah.
It's bad PR, and whereas it's good PR to be like, I'm against it, and then people have went, okay, I bought some of your product, I did this. I followed you, and so now I'm following your product, and I might buy it later because I'm following it. So it's like that. It's like good PR. It's, at least to me, is what it looks like. It seems to be good PR to be against it, but most companies seem to be very greedy, and they're seeing like the money, but I feel like it's not going to pan out in the long term for them, and it's going to be bad PR.
Yeah, I think that too. It's like, it's just like, you know that they're going to do something really fucking stupid with it, as they done with loot boxes. They thought that was a good idea, and then it got out of hand, and then the government started to look into it, and they were told, wait a minute, lads, there's a lot of governments that are saying, you're hitting the edge of the line with the gambling shit with these loot boxes, dickheads.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it's not gambling because this, and this. And it's like, yeah, really. They did. And then some of the politicians and stuff were like, no, it definitely is. It definitely is gambling. Mm-hmm. And then some of them came out and said, it's not technically gambling, but you're at the edge. We're watching you. And then they had to pull it back a wee bit. Especially with EA with Battlefront 2. Mm-hmm. They had to pull a lot of it back after that, because they were the ones at the forefront of it. I think Epic Games with the Fortnite thing were...
This is recorded.
Yeah.
Sorry, my boyfriend was talking. He started singing, I'm gonna eat my nuts.
You're always worried. Nobody even hears that.
Did you hear it before?
No,
he didn't hear that. You were kind of quiet on that one. He's got chocolate nuts over there.
Right. I'm gonna eat my
Sorry, the nuts are so good in my mouth.
Yeah, that was definitely recorded.
Yeah, he heard that one. Give me a nut. I want a chocolate nut in my mouth.
Yeah, I was also...
Oh, that's a big nut. That's two nuts stuck together.
That's two nuts.
They're stuck together. Oh, they're delicious.
Less teeth, please.
Oh. Yeah. Also, I've been trying to waiting for the fucking GPU shit to calm down so I can actually fucking get one. Still haven't got one. I bought a new game and it doesn't run any. It runs like shit. Halo Infinite or whatever it's called runs like shit. Mm-hmm. Runs like shit. Can't do anything with it because they stopped making drivers for my GPU, so that doesn't help either. But Intel are coming out with new GPUs for the first time, and they say they're going to have fucking plenty of stock. So maybe that'll
that's cool.
Maybe that'll bring the prices down.
Yeah, that might help.
It should help. And then there's new graphics cards coming out that are going to be on a different process. I think they're going to be on 6 instead of 7, and that means the consoles will still be on 7, so they'll have more room to print more, to make more on the different tech.
Yeah, so I'm actually a little surprised that the shortage has. I didn't expect that the shortage would go on this long. If you know what I mean. It'd be over in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
But it is not.
No, because there's a lot of car manufacturers and TV manufacturers and fucking everything that is using these chips.
There's
so
a lot,
it's like
there's a lot of manufacturers. Plus, there is a problem with shipping now too. You know, with transportation.
Well, that was always
of goods.
That was always kind of the problem at the start. It's because they couldn't get the equipment to make the bits. So there's a backlog.
Yeah.
So it takes a while to filter through as well.
Yeah, it's like a thing, the consequence of COVID.
Yeah.
Because like even things that are not like the computer chips or whatever, the chips and stuff, are like that. Like it took us quite a while to get our couch.
Yep.
And it was going to take even longer to get the dining room set.
Yeah.
No, we decided we actually nixed the dining room, so we're gonna wait on that. But yeah, it took us quite a while to get, you know, the couch.
With the Brexit thing as well, our shops, some of them don't have stock of certain things, and the reason is because they don't have truck drivers. So
yeah. Well, and there's that whole the truckers or whatever in
Canada
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. So it's a similar thing, but here it says it's because the Brexit thing, you can't like you used to have like a lot of Polish truck drivers and stuff, and it's not as easy for them to come in anymore because of like the Brexit thing, and because we're not longer part of the EU thing, it makes it more complicated. So they lost a lot of truck drivers, and it's because they had like 3 years to figure this out, right? And no one done anything. It was like, fuck, I'll be fine. Until it happened, and they're like, oh shit, now we need to train all these new drivers and get all these new jobs. Because we've not got enough truck drivers anymore. It's like, guys, you should have seen this coming. You knew that the EU thing would have an impact. You had 3 years to train people.
I think people were hoping that they were going to go back on it. That's what they were protesting against.
Yes.
It actually happening.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we'll just rely on that or something. It seemed like that to me. I'm on the outside, and I'm an American, though, so don't.
Yeah, no, that's
what I have to say by heart.
Plus, the British workers won't work for the same wage a Polish worker would, so the price has to go up, right? But that's because it's easier to live in Poland. It's cheaper to live in Poland than it is to live in the UK. So that's why the truck drivers were cheaper, because they can live better on the wage that they were getting.
Yeah.
So it was also the companies were like, the wages are going to go up. We're going to have to put more effort into this. We're going to have to pay them more money. And the companies are like, fuck that. It'll never happen. And it's like, guys, it's already happened. They should pay them. They should pay them more. And like in the United States, there's what people are calling a labor shortage, but there is no actual labor shortage. Is that people have it's harder to find people to do the work for that price. To do work for the price now. Yes. People are tired of it. Yes. And but that's like what now the companies have started offering more better wages. Yeah, same. That's actually happening now here too, because they can't get the cheaper EU workers coming in anymore. So and that's happening here, but they're going to have to pay more. It's more related to COVID. Yeah, well, we've got both though. We're hit by the two things. On. Yeah. But it's weird that the Brexit thing caused that, because they had 3 years to fucking plan for it, and it's like no one did anything. It's like, you guys are fucking arseholes, man. The only reason you didn't do anything is because you thought it would either not happen, or you just don't give a shit.
Or they thought they could convince the workers to work for less or something, maybe.
Yeah. And it's like, but you can't because there's not as many workers. So even if you are paying the workers more to do the job, which they are doing, there's a shortage of workers. And it takes a while to get people trained up to drive trucks, right? Because they have to go through driving tests and everything. And of course, they've been put on hold because of the COVID thing as well. So it's like the two things have merged and just fucked it all up. So you go into some shops for like certain items and stuff, and the shelves are empty.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Yeah, we're working on it, guys."
Yeah. Oh, it's really funny though when the commies online are like, "Oh, look at this empty shelf. This is capitalism," and it's like that's not capitalism. It's in a truck.
Yeah. Yeah, or it's still sitting. The shit's still sitting in the warehouse rotting because there's no fucking trucks to drive this shit.
Yeah. So calm down. There's plenty of this is not the same as communism with their empty shelves, and the shelves aren't even like super empty. It's like one product or something. Like, just over slightly, and there's a full shelf. What are you doing?
Yeah, it'll be like a certain type of bread or pizzas or some shit.
Yeah, just get a different bread.
Just get the different bread or the different brand of pizza or whatever. But
so it's like not even now. It has raised prices because of supply and demand.
Yep.
As well. But I'm saying it's not a big deal to shift over to a different brand. Like, calm down, Becky.
Oh, they talked about the Microsoft thing. Microsoft closing in on the $70 billion deal to buy Activision Blizzard, but it was already sold. That's a fucking shitload of money.
It is. I was actually like watching Activision Blizzard. I was watching Blizzard die. I was like, oh my god, this is the slow death. Yes.
Yeah,
but my boyfriend's like, no, this is good, and they won't keep the same people. And I'm like, it's like, you still want the titles and the games or whatever.
Yes.
And he said that he did bring up a good point that I guess like they won't treat the employees as bad.
Yeah, no. So this would not only be the most major shake-ups in the gaming industry, which it is, because Activision Blizzard are feckin' massive.
Yeah, they are huge.
And for Microsoft to buy them is like, okay. And you also bought Bethesda like a couple of years ago as well, who were pretty huge at making games. It's like,
you gotta be careful. You know what Microsoft do?
Yeah.
Right, make a monopoly.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's not like a terrible thing, and yeah, but I was really hoping it would just die. That was still a little.
Yeah. And Bobby Kotick is a bastard
so hard.
as well.
Yeah, it's so hard to bring down like bigger corporations. Like, it's so hard. Yeah. And this was like one time where it was happening in slow motion, but it was happening.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard has been going through a lot of bad time with widespread issues of sexual harassment and trauma. Were revealed within an enormous company, sued by the state of California following enormous exposure of the workplace culture. People have been calling for Kotak's resignation and widespread change at the company, which, with only a battling down of hatches in response from the leadership, goodness knows what happens now that Microsoft has bought them, but they are unfortunately pretending it's not an issue. And Microsoft's statement says Bobby Kotick will continue to serve as the CEO of Activision Blizzard, and he and his team will maintain their focus on driving efforts to further strengthen the company. So I think there was a follow-up, and they said that he's expected to depart the company, actually. Oh yeah, there is. Update. According to the follow-up report, sources familiar with the deal say Kotick is expected to depart the company after the deal is complete. Talk of the sale also apparently didn't begin before Activision Blizzard's stock began to tank even further after the November investigation by the Wall Street Journal about Kotick. Is it Kotick?
They were just they were getting so much.
The company. Yeah, they were getting so much
bad bad PR. And it started out so like, it was bad PR, but it wasn't like the worst. Like with
Well, there was the Hong Kong China thing, wasn't there?
No, there was something before that.
There was, but I can't remember what it was.
It was Fallout. That's what it was.
No, that was Bethesda. That's not.
Oh wait,
Activision
yeah, that's right.
Blizzard.
Sorry.
No, Activision Blizzard was the Hong Kong China thing.
Yeah. Okay, so they did I feel like there was something before that, right?
There was quite a few. There was sexual harassment things at Blizzard, and then
there was something before
and then
that,
there was
and then
also
they did
Activision. Well, Blizzard
then they
and
did the Hong
Activision
Kong.
Blizzard and Activision are kind of the same but different. But
then
both of them
Hong
had
Kong thing happened.
The Hong Kong thing happened, then sexual harassment issues came about Blizzard.
So they had like one thing after another, and I would
then it was
say
Activision.
Pretty short term.
Do you guys not have phones? That one was Blizzard.
Oh yeah.
Diablo. Don't you guys have phones?
Good. Yeah, that was not good PR. Yeah. It's like their PR, like it actually steadily got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And just when you think it couldn't have gotten any worse, it actually got worse.
Yeah. No, it was a brilliant time for Microsoft to jump in if you wanted to buy a company, because their shares were tanking. So it's
their shares were tanking. They were publicly just in the garbage with public opinion.
It's a brilliant time just to jump in and say, here's a lot of money, can we buy your company? So that's why I think Microsoft done it. They seen this happen and they were watching it. And
it was smart move.
They were watching it because they want to buy games for the Xbox, right? So if they bought Bethesda, they were like, what other companies can we buy? Oh, Activision Blizzard's having a shitstorm over here. Let's keep an eye on that and see what the share price turns out to be, and then we can buy them as well. And Microsoft have money just to throw about anyway, so it's guaranteed that's what they've done.
Oh yeah, for sure. I believe so as well.
The sale is valuing Activision Blizzard at £95 a share. That's actually pretty cheap for what they're getting, to be fair. Because Activision Blizzard are fucking massive famous gaming fucking. Activision own Call of Duty, and Blizzard own like Overwatch and Diablo and World of Warcraft, and it's a massive purchase for Microsoft. Like for games, they've just bought a whole shit ton of gaming IPs. With that. And that means if they want, they don't need to put the games on the PlayStation. And that means like the PlayStation might not get caught. Which is one of the biggest selling console games, I think.
Yeah.
So that's a massive hurt.
For sure.
Sony. So Microsoft CEO made everything feel slightly dirtier by describing the deal as playing a key role in the development of our metaverse platforms. We're investing, the metaverse or whatever. That's like cryptocurrency and NFTs, and it's all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
So we're investing deeply in world-class content, community, and the cloud to usher a new era of gaming. That puts players and creators first and makes gaming safe, inclusive, and accessible to all.
No thanks.
Yeah. Like,
you know what makes something inclusive and accessible to all at the same time? Yeah. Me buying just a physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
And then playing multiplayer.
Yeah, and then not getting banned for shouting at little dickheads that are shouting down the mic at you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I buy a combination of physical games and digital.
Yeah, I have no choice because all the PC games are digital now. So.
Yeah, that's true. No, I do, because I do own some PC games, but for my Switch.
You own the Switch though, which is mostly physical based, isn't it? most.
Yeah, it's got both, because you can buy on their store, and then also physical, and I do. I have a combination of both on the Switch, actually.
Yeah. So,
but if I wanted an exclusive thing, I would literally just buy the physical copy. That's what I do. That's what I just buy the physical copy, because I own Animal Crossing physically, and I own the Pokemon games physically. So you're trying to sell me an NFT is something I'm already able to get if I wanted it. I would just buy it physically. Or if I wanted exclusivity, right? And it's a digital thing, right?
Yeah.
You pay for the premium package thing, and then you get some exclusive content, or like you might get like a whole like a lot of places do the playlist, you know. So you buy the whole playlist listed thing. Maybe you might get like a figure sent to you as well,
right?
Or whatever it is. So you can really just already get exclusivity
a wee bit
with the games that you buy, even if you buy digital, if you just like bump it up like from $50 to $60 to the $100 or whatever. And so you just pay for the extra benefits to that. So there you go. You don't need NFTs. No. It's already been happening. You don't need NFTs for it.
This article ends it with, thank God he somehow left out NFTs. It's like, I think what they could do is they're talking about the cloud and metaverse shit. So basically what I think they're going to do is they're just going to put everything on the cloud, and you pay a monthly fee to play the game. I think that's what they'll do. So it'll be like Netflix, but for games. They could do that. They've already got like the Game Pass thing, which is reasonable at like, because it gives you a lot of games that you can play. You just play them. So I think that's what they'll move to. And since they've got all these fucking, like, over many decades, the studio teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned a vast wellsprings of respect from loads of people all over the world. We are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Baynox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Ty Ranch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. That's a lot of fucking developers, man. That's like that's like half the gaming industry, really.
Yeah.
Especially for first-person shooters, because I recognise like Infinity Ward, which is Call of Duty, Tyrant, which is Call of Duty, Raven Software, which were something else, another first-person shooter game. Sledgehammer Games, again, they were massive as well. Like, I recognise all the names. And as like developers and stuff, so that's a lot of taking.
Yeah, it is.
Top name, it's like top names. It's a lot of big top names. And then you've got Blizzard Entertainment, who were massive, and before Activision bought them, they were fucking massive. I think World of Warcraft's still one of the biggest selling games, wasn't it? Isn't it? Not anymore, but like it was for like 10 years.
Yeah, it was for quite a while. I'm not sure if it is anymore. Let me.
It's not. It's not anymore. Because I think Final Fantasy XIV's taken over with the player base because they moved. A lot of people gave up on World of Warcraft, so.
Oh, actually, no. It says Overwatch is the biggest right now. So it's Overwatch. World of Warcraft is number 4 now.
Yeah, but it's still massive.
Oh no, it's huge. It's 12 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And Overwatch has 50 million.
Yeah, but they're not subscribers. That's a one-time buy-in.
Yeah.
Whereas
I just looked at the best-selling Blizzard games.
Yeah. So yeah, World of Warcraft's a subscription service, so
yeah, so you continuously make money off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was also like not buying any Blizzard games, so personally. I don't know what I'll do now that Microsoft owns them. I guess I'll wait and see. Does that make sense?
Wait and see what happens.
And then if it's all on the up and up, then I might, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might be like, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to do any of their NFT stuff if they try to incorporate that. I'll be like, nope.
Yeah. So I think
not doing that.
I think that's what they're like. I think it's a really good purchase for Microsoft. I don't know if it's a good purchase for people that like games, because it's becoming a big lot of games that Microsoft own.
Yeah.
So it's not good for a monopoly.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to be careful that they don't create a monopoly. I don't think they are quite one yet. I'm just saying that it could head in that direction.
They're getting close.
Yeah, they're getting close, I feel like. Or it's heading in that direction. But like so they have Xbox, right?
Yes, Microsoft owns Xbox and Windows.
And then Sony's the PlayStation. Okay, yeah. Look, I had like a brain fart there for a second.
Yeah, so
like they'll get that might be still nice for gamers and stuff to have a console, and now they have more games for that console.
No, but they always did have the games for the console. Like Activision Blizzard were already making console games for both consoles.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what they might do is make it exclusive. I'm sorry, I don't own an Xbox.
Yeah, no, but that's so Microsoft do have their own studios, but they weren't that. There was only a couple of them that were big, but now that they've bought Activision Blizzard and they've bought Bethesda, that's a hell of a lot of games that they can just say, yeah, it's not coming out in the PlayStation anymore, which is a big own for Sony. Like,
yeah, it would be. That'd be if you
can't buy
Smackdown
Call of
for Sony.
Yeah, if you can't buy Call of Duty,
most likely it'd still go
cross-platform
on the PC.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be on the PC. No, it'll be on the PC.
Yeah, it'll be on the PC. So PC Master Race continues to still be superior.
Yes, in every way.
Of course.
It only affects Xbox. It only affects the consoles.
Yeah.
Because if I was Microsoft, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I think I would make some exclusive and not do it to Sony anymore. And then which means Sony should
are fucked.
Well, they should not quite. They just need to acquire some more exclusive games that are appealing to people.
Which is going to be hard.
Whether they develop it themselves or they make some deals with
they need to make deals with indies and see if they can get a decent deal with EA and Epic Games, because they're the only big two left. Is Epic Games and EA. Oh, and Ubisoft.
Yeah. Nintendo does its own thing.
Yeah, so you've got Ubisoft, EA, and Epic Games. That's the only other three that are left that develop for all the consoles and PCs and stuff.
And you could always like invest in another gaming
gaming studio. Yeah.
To develop some new gaming ideas and exclusive games for you as well. But that might be more expensive and take longer than hey, there's this cool indie game that a lot of people like. Let's bring you in and make you
like they've done with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That was a big debacle as well, but they fixed that game though. They have fixed that game after all that shit. They did fix it.
Yeah, that's true that they did do that. I just think it's kind of funny that you constantly see like Sony and Xbox vie for power, I guess, and fight. and then Nintendo's just over in the corner, like
just
eating some ice cream or something.
they're just like
watching.
They
don't have to worry. It's so funny. I don't know how they managed not to be part of the console fighting at all, but they just
because they
aren't part of it.
They just went their own way. They do their own thing.
Yeah,
it's like
they do their own thing.
Completely different from everyone else.
They do their own thing. They have their own console technically, but it's like they have so many games and so many beloved characters and things for that that they just get away doing it themselves. And then they also allow, of course, some indie games on their thing too. Right? So like they have that combination. And I feel like I really like the portability of the Switch. But again, it's not just that. It's like, I get to play my Pokemon games on this and everything else that is
exclusive to Nintendo. Yeah.
Exclusive to Nintendo, which is why I have it. But if I look over and I see and it's just like I said, it's just nice to have like something I can carry around for road trips or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can't carry my PC around. But then it's like I look over and see the Sony consoles and the Xbox consoles, and I'm just like, that's not worth the money. I just have it on my PC. Personally speaking, I just feel like that. Sorry, I was like reading here. I do have one more here. I think my favorite like Nintendo game would be the Pokemon, obviously, because I'm super I didn't get the Pokemon Arceus. I was like really kind of skeptical about it, but people also seem like they're kind of having fun with it, so I don't know, I might, or I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I want it.
What was that?
I was talking about like the for the Nintendo Switch, the Pokemon Arceus game.
Is there a new Pokemon game coming out then?
It's already out. But I was skeptical. I was skeptical about it, and I just kind of wanted to see what other people were doing and if it was enjoyable or worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people do seem to be enjoying it, and I'm seeing some things that I might like. But I'm still kind of like going back and forth on if I want it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's not I'm not obligated. I'm not obligated to buy any game, I guess. But like, I always buy the main line Pokemon games, and then after that I either decide if I want or don't want whatever side Pokemon games that they come out with.
Right. So like that photo one. Is that
yeah, like I bought that. Yeah, it's just like a side thing. That one was really fun. It was super easy, so it wasn't hard at all. So I would definitely say that it is
enjoyable and easy for kids.
Yeah, it's just a relaxing game.
I think that's what Nintendo are good at, though.
They are good at like enjoyable, relaxing games. But Pokemon Arceus isn't like that because it's open world.
Yeah.
And if you jump in the water, you can drown, and like you can swim a little, and then you start to drown. And then like also along with that, like the Pokemon can attack you and like hurt you. And I saw one, and see, I find this actually pretty appealing. A part of it is I saw one person, they threw their Pokeball like really far up into the air.
Was that a video? Was that on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they threw the Pokeball up really far in the air, and then it came down, and their Pokemon was
yeah, the Pokemon that came out of the Pokeball was dead. And it's like,
yeah, that was hilarious. It's really funny.
Is it dead, or can you revive them?
It's probably just fainted, and then you just have to revive it.
Maybe that would cost you money or something, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. You take them to the wee Pokemon Center.
You get money from battling.
And you take them to the Pokemon Center to resurrect. Well.
Oh, yeah. The Pokemon Center is... Yeah, the Pokemon Center is typically free. I've never played a game where it wasn't. but it could cost money if you're out in the wild
And you use
and
a potion or
the
something.
item. Yeah, use an item to revive.
And
there's
the
a
item...
revive and then potions. Yeah.
Right. Got you.
So then that would cost you money, but you get money from battling people and stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember it slightly. I've played, I think, the first one a wee bit, and I played the Game Boy Color one a wee bit as well.
Mhm.
And I think I played it on something else. I can't remember, but it was mostly the handheld Game Boy ones, I think.
Mhm.
I don't think I've played any of the newer ones.
Nintendo's always kind of been like handheld.
Yeah.
I think.
Sort of. I remember when it was the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I'm saying like I feel like they were like the first ones to come out with the handheld.
They were. They came out with the Game Boy, and then Sega came out with the Game Gear. And
I don't even remember Sega doing that. I remember Sony coming out with their own handheld.
The PSP and the PSP Vita, which are really fucking good handhelds. But
my mom had one of those.
But you had to crack
I feel
them.
like
you had to put homebrew on them.
My mom didn't
really
do
good
that,
for
but
shit. So you could play like the Super. You could play Super Nintendo games on it and stuff. If you had the homebrew and stuff, you could play like the PlayStation 1 games on it and stuff. And you would just put them on the card, and then you could just play them, which is really cool for a handheld.
I know my mom liked hers. I don't think she did that, but I do remember that she liked hers actually quite a bit, and she used to play it. Us kids, I just remember just 100%. Well, we weren't even interested in. We played PlayStation. We had a we had a PlayStation 2, and we played adult older games or whatever, like because we played GTA.
Or something.
Yeah, we did. So there was like that. So it wasn't about that. It's just like me and my brothers. We just
not interested in the handheld.
There was just zero. Yeah, we were just zero interest in it, and it's probably because, and it's probably the same mentality I have on why the PlayStation or Sony can come out with as many handhelds as they want, and I just wouldn't buy it because I have
the
Switch and Nintendo.
Yes,
that's my handheld when I'm traveling around.
Nintendo. Yeah, so but that's why I hacked the PSP, because they didn't. They had a few games that were good, but they didn't have like a lot. But the hardware was really good, so you could play emulators and stuff on it, which made the massive difference.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and us kids wouldn't have.
No,
done
kids
anything like that.
Couldn't have done it. You have to be technical. You have to like use exploits and fuck around and stuff and.
Yeah, so it'd be like, oh, do we want these few games? But like technically, they could put out a handheld now that has a lot of games or whatever. Well, and I still just wouldn't, because I'd be like, okay, these are games that I play on my PC.
Talking about that, right?
And then Steam, I have the Switch.
Valve, who owns Steam, are bringing out a new handheld.
No, I did see that. Except for I didn't.
But it's really fucking expensive. It's really expensive for what it is.
Some people are trying to pit it. Yeah, well, some people are trying to pit it against the Switch. They're like,
"Oh no,
is this gonna compete with the Switch?" And I was like, "No, because Nintendo has Nintendo exclusive games and content."
Now, for a machine, for the actual machine, it'll blow the Switch out the water for like the hardware, and the amount of power that it's got. But that's not what makes Nintendo games Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how Nintendo markets.
Yeah, they're more easier.
And they do simple and they do cute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They do their own. They even have like their own look to the Nintendo games, don't they? They have their own cartoony look, and you know it's a Nintendo game just by looking at it.
Yeah, I would say so. So they have like a look, and they don't ever really go for the super realistic. Really, it doesn't seem like.
No, in fact, they go
I
the
don't know if I
opposite way,
can
don't
think of
they?
one. Yeah.
I
And
can think of them,
it's
but they're
appealing.
not Nintendo ones. Like, every Nintendo game I can think of has got the cartoony look. Like, I can't think of a shooter game that they've actually brought out that was like a COD equivalent or whatever. They're just not that type of company. They're kind of more cartoony look, kind of go for the kids or the older. Like with the Wii, I noticed with the Nintendo Wii, they marketed it to younger kids or
families.
Because that's what it is. Whereas,
I'm even looking at just Switch games, and you just really do not see, hey, look, this looks so realistic or something.
Yeah, you
which
don't get.
I think could be great in a game, right? I'm not against that,
Yeah.
of course. It could be great depending on the game you're playing.
Well, like,
but
you
then,
wouldn't.
like, it's super appealing as well.
Yeah.
On the other hand, to have these cartoony styles.
Yeah, well, you
which
wouldn't
don't
want.
take up as much.
You wouldn't want a military shooter, to look like a Nintendo game, right? It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But
So
again, Activision have their COD and EA have their Battlefield, so you don't.
Yeah, and if
you want the
Nintendo
games, you buy a
came
console
out,
or a PC. Then Nintendo just don't care. They're like, that's not their market.
Yeah, and then I buy I have it on a PC if I want one of those games, because like I'm not gonna buy two consoles.
Yeah.
So I'll just pick whatever I want for the
No,
PC.
that's what I would do. So if I wanted Nintendo games, I don't really enjoy Nintendo games. Not really. I'm just like, I've never been into Pokemon. Never really been into the Smash Bros. I kind of grew out of them, and not grew out of them. Like platform games and stuff, like Super Mario and stuff. Used to play them, but like I grew out of platform games because I just played them to death. Don't need them anymore. By the time the Pokemon craze hit, I was already playing like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, so it didn't really appeal anymore because I wanted to go about and steal cars and run over people.
See, I was still found Nintendo super appealing, but also GTA.
Oh no, I mean the first GTA, like the one on the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, I think we had the Vice City. That was the first one I ever played.
Right, so that's the.
That's on PlayStation 2.
That's the fourth one. That's the fourth.
I can't
Vice
remember
City's
exactly.
The fourth one. Yeah, because it went GTA, GTA 2, GTA 3, which was the first 3D one, and then it went to Vice City.
Yeah, I never played any of the ones from like the past.
Right.
Or the below.
No, I remember when it came out. I think I was maybe just entering high school. I think when the first one came out. And there was a big rage about it. Everyone go, oh, there's this new game and it's called Grand Theft Auto and it teaches your kids to steal cars and shoot people. And it was just like little pixel, like, it was all pixelated and stuff. And they're saying, oh, it's so realistic. And it's like, no, it's not. Shut up, guys. And I remember, oh, it's going to be the first 18 rated game and all this shit. And we just went, hey, Mum and Dad, there's this new game coming out. It's going to be 18 related, so we can't go into the shop to buy it. Can you get it for us? And we're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, see, my mom just, bought it for her to play and then let us kids play too. Because us kids had actually our own consoles, and then we had them in the basement. And then the PlayStation.
Was that the
PlayStation 2
the
was
TV.
Up in the living room?
Yes, because it played DVDs.
Yep, and because it played DVDs, but also it was more my mom's. Yeah, she wanted to play.
It was the older console.
She would just knock us kids off. Like you can't. There wasn't no sharing time with mom. It was
it's like mom's time now, bitches. Get off my PlayStation.
Yeah. But it also didn't interrupt if us kids wanted to play it, and my mom wanted to watch TV because she also had a TV in her bedroom.
Yeah. So she could do that, and you could play in the big TV with the PlayStation.
Yeah, so as kids could play in the big TV with the PlayStation and stuff. Yeah. But so that was more, the PlayStation was more my mom's, whereas like we had like
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's a different type of
Xbox. We had the GameCube and Xbox, and it was like all downstairs.
Yeah, but that's a different type of marketing that kind of PlayStation went with at that point. They tried to market it to the older teenagers, whereas Nintendo and Sega were kind of like the younger type crowd.
Yeah.
That's what PlayStation tried to do. They were like, guys, games are still for older people. You grew up with Nintendo. Now we're giving you these games with blood and guts and shit. We're the older party. Like, we're for the rebel teenagers. It's kind of how their marketing done it.
Yeah.
And that's why marketing. I still think I've got that thing with Nintendo being for kids, because it kind of is more, because there's more kiddie games on it.
I would say it's more geared towards either younger audiences
or older family, or a family audience.
Oh yeah, or a family. But they actually have a very significant, just older audience, because it's the audience that they got when they were kids.
They grew up with it,
and now.
See, that's
and they still enjoy it. They still, of course, like how it is.
Yeah, but I think that's why I didn't, because when I was like growing up teenager, it was the edgy PlayStation that you needed to have, right? Because Nintendo's for babies. Like, so that marketing actually worked, and it's still working right now, because when I think about Nintendo games, I still think, yeah, but it's for kids, unless I was really into like Pokemon or something. I've got no interest in what Nintendo are giving you. Apart from Zelda, I did like Zelda games. The Zelda games are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're still doing Zelda.
But that's the only one I can think of.
I also, and also I feel like they've perfected their style, and I feel like they've perfected relaxing games to where they're not,
they know their
to
audience.
where they're not boring. Yeah, but also to where they're not boring. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's because I played Pokemon Snap. It was relaxing. It was easy, but it was not boring.
Yeah, but then again, I've got the PC, and there's a lot of indie games that are like that. So
probably, yeah.
And I don't need to spend money on a console, right? Because I've got no interest in Nintendo's
and
IPs.
And you're not like a huge Pokemon fan like I am. So I would want something that is specifically Pokemon.
And related. You can't get that, and like the only way you can get that is Nintendo.
Yeah.
So no, I get
and
that.
I see it, and I enjoy the. I wouldn't call it hard, okay, but the harder game, the main series game, it's not a hard game, but it's harder than Pokemon Snap. You know what I mean?
But Pokemon Snap's just to get you
relaxing
to get you into the Pokemon fandom, right? Because if you're a kid and you play Snap, like, I like that game. I like the wee Pikachus and the wee cat things and shit.
Yeah.
Is there another game in the Pokemon range? And you're like, yes, there's all these games. And you're like, oh, that's fucking amazing. I'll play them. And then that gets you into like the Pokemon thing, right? So
yeah, I wonder if Pokemon Arceus is different or harder. I wonder. Oh, okay. So Pokemon Arceus is actually far more difficult than any previous Pokemon games.
Right, so that'll be more appealing to the older crowd of the Pokemon fandom, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I actually do find it a bit appealing. Like, I find it appealing that the wild Pokemon can aggro onto me and attack me. And it kind of is reminding me of when I would play role-playing games like EverQuest and, the monsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of that's the thing. I might end up buying this.
You're talking yourself into it, aren't you?
I am.
You're looking it up. You're looking it up and then reading more about it, and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to talk myself into buying this."
Well, yeah, but I was wanting to see people play it. Is what I was really waiting for. I didn't want to, because I don't just buy most games. I don't just buy ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay. I bought the reason I buy the Pokemon games, the main series Pokemon games ahead of time is because I collect the physical copies. I want them.
Yeah, or the
You know
toy
what I mean?
that comes with it or whatever.
Yeah, and I want the thing that comes with it. I got a figure last time. I
Yeah.
loved it. And then like and the reason I bought Animal Crossing, I bought that ahead of time, right? Before it came out, without
Because you
ever
know
having
what it
played
is.
well, no, I actually didn't. Like, I had never played an Animal Crossing game before.
Oh.
But what happened is with that specifically is somebody was like, oh my god, like you they were telling me a friend of mine on Twitter was telling me how much I would love the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, I don't have money for it, right? And so then they encouraged me to design t-shirts. So I designed a couple of Animal Crossing
I remember
exclusive
that on
t-shirts that I
Twitter,
was
yeah.
see, and I took them down afterwards. I was like, it's only available from this time to this time, and I'm taking the Animal Crossing t-shirt down. And they helped spread my Etsy link to these shirts in some Animal Crossing community like places, okay? And so I earned the money that I needed for the game, that way. And so I went ahead and bought it ahead of time because that's what that was for specifically.
This is why I think you should look into getting your art into NFTs. I'm just saying, I would, if I was you, I'd definitely be looking into it and seeing how much it would cost, and then just sell these fucking retards fucking tokens.
Take them to the bank.
Oh,
and then, like,
talking about NFT, I just seen NFT Minecraft project sells 1.2 million in
God,
tokens.
no, thanks.
Deletes everything a few days later.
Oh, that's so bad. That's too scammy for me. I don't like that.
Yeah, the Blockverse devs denying the project as a scam, and instead claiming that they vanished because of harassment. Yeah, okay, assholes. Look how crap they are. Okay, just tell me, like, I don't think this is good art.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Look at that shit. That's not good art.
I'm gonna take it. Oh no. Oh no. No, that's really ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they made
I don't like it.
1.2 million. They made 1.2 million. I'm just saying. Like, how long would it take you to do art like this and then just fucking make millions off it?
Yeah, I wouldn't do this though because I find this.
Yeah, no, but I know, right? But I'm just saying.
Because this is Minecraft, and I'm not like.
But how easy would it be to just do shitty art like this, right? And then just send it, and then just sell it, and make $1 million off it. Just be like. Pfft.
That's true. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say something else about the Pokemon Arceus game. I don't know. I think I'm gonna like try to watch a few other people's
streams.
I've seen a few clips.
Mm.
I've seen a few clips, but I haven't really looked into it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just need to see other people. But I do like that it is harder. That is appealing.
Yeah.
See, I like it when I like Pokemon games in the middle. I like easy Pokemon games, and I like hard Pokemon. I most likely will like a harder Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't played a harder Pokemon game, it's still like appealing to me to have a harder Pokemon game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be because I really like Pokemon. But not every Pokemon game has ever appealed to me. Like they have Pokemon what is that? Oh, what is that game? It's like it's got its own series too, but it's like a spinny off thing. And is it Pokemon? Let's see.
How are you supposed to get around?
Let me see if I can find it because they have it. Pokemon Dungeon. That's what it is.
Right.
And I don't play that at all. I didn't interest me. People could think that it's fun. I watched people play it a little bit, to see what it was about. And I'm just like, it doesn't look like a bad game at all.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested. So I'm not interested in something just because it has Pokemon slapped on the title. But I know I like online role playing games, and I like open world games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what Pokemon Arceus is, but it's Pokemon. But I just wanted to make sure that it would be enjoyable without
another thing,
paying shelling out $60 for it. And I didn't buy Pokemon Snap ahead of time either. I waited
to see,
and then I bought it. Yeah.
See, that's another thing about Nintendo. I just thought of. Their games actually work when they fucking come out. Like there's no day one patch to fix stuff, and their games are pretty, like, on the whole mostly work.
Yeah, I feel like they do have patches sometimes, or like
yeah, but you don't hear about how broken the game is. Like
no, I can't think of anything.
Cyberpunk's had it. That was a bad one.
Yeah, Cyberpunk I actually bought ahead of time too.
Yeah, Fallout 74.
But I did enjoy it, so it ended up working out.
Yeah, but like Fallout 74 was another one.
I don't think I've ever experienced a Nintendo game like that.
There's like COD. COD's done it a few times. Right now, Battlefield's going through it.
I feel like occasionally. Oh, they had to have a patch for Animal Crossing because something was happening with some of the characters or something, where they would like appear without clothes.
Right. Yeah, but that's not like that's just a wee bug. That's not like the whole fucking game's broken. Right.
No, not at all. So I know that they came out with a patch for that, but it seems like more often. So they come out with like little patches like that, but it's nothing I ever really noticed at all. And then like then they just come out usually with expansions.
Yeah. But that's fine though. It's like
expansions or updates, and sometimes they're free, and sometimes you have to pay for them. It depends.
At the moment, which I found is funny as shit. Like the new Battlefield game has come out, right? Without a scoreboard. Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you don't have a scoreboard. In a game.
Really make sense.
No. In a game that's Battlefield, the whole point in the game is your kill death ratio. Like, and they don't have a scoreboard, right? And so the game's been doing pretty badly. Some of it's not working. A lot of people are saying it doesn't feel like a proper Battlefield game. It came out that during development it wasn't meant to be a Battlefield game. It was meant to be like a battle royale Battlefield game. And then halfway through development, they changed their mind.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, it's not good, right? So, so the guy that was working on it said, "Hey guys, this new Phase 1 patch is coming out in February. Look, we've got a scoreboard." And the scoreboard is basically just a points board. It's not really a scoreboard. And people were saying underneath it, it's like, that's not a real scoreboard though. Like, how the fuck could a Battlefield game that you've been working on, that has been a franchise for fucking years, not have a scoreboard? Like, who thought it was a good idea not to have one? And it's like, you guys took 3 months to fix a fucking scoreboard and you can't even get that right. And so the Twitter post was just full of people raging, saying that's not a proper scoreboard. You've had 3 months and you can't even make a scoreboard. And people were raging. It's pretty funny. Because it's true. It's like the first person shooter guys want to see their kill death ratios and stuff, right? That's how they know they're good at the game. And usually, I think the reason they took it out is to stop people talking shit on the mic. Like, so they can't go, "Oh, look, you're shit at the game. You've died this many times and only killed 2 people," right? I think that was their idea behind not having the scoreboard, and it's backfired on them. It's maybe the only reason I can think to not have it in a first-person shooter. I think that was oh, we want a different audience or whatever, and they've just had this backlash, and it's so funny to watch it just crumble. It's like, holy shit. Plus half the game is seemingly not that good anyway. So, and the maps are supposed to be too big and weird, and they don't really fit like Battlefield games or some shit. I know there's a lot of people not happy with it, and there's a lot of refunds and stuff. So it's
that sucks.
It's pretty funny to watch though.
Yeah. Is it kind of like how the Cyberpunk went?
Yeah, but it's a bigger shit show because they've actually got a massive fan base for that game, right?
Yeah, but Cyberpunk did too.
But that's an original IP, right? So the only thing that you could say about Cyberpunk was that it was by the same devs that made The Witcher, and The Witcher games were good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that.
So you expect something a bit better than what you got.
Yeah.
But
they did have like false promises.
Yeah.
And stuff, and then it was buggy. But the thing with me though, and I was like, I feel bad for people because they waited a really long time in the game, and I didn't wait that long for the game because I just found out about it, and then because I hadn't been waiting for that long, like maybe a year.
And I don't think you've played any of the Witcher games, have you? So you wouldn't have
I hadn't played.
going in.
I had a very little expectation going in. Other than, I get to customize my character a lot, and oh god, what's the
and it's Cyberpunk.
Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is in it, and then also it's got a cyberpunk theme, and I'm gonna shooting up shit and all that stuff. So I kind of had like these low expectations of it, and other people had, and because they had massive expectations waiting so long, and then also on top of that, they remember all these promises that the game had made early on.
But that always happened.
I never saw any of that.
Yeah.
Okay?
So, but this isn't what happened with Battlefield.
I had a lot of fun.
yeah. But that isn't what's happened with Battlefield, right? It's weirder than that. It's like you guys have been making Battlefield games for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And this just isn't a Battlefield game. Like, it feels completely different. They're saying that the maps don't feel good. There's only 4 or 5 things. It's like a half-finished game. It doesn't have a fucking scoreboard, and it's like, it's a completely different game, and you just slap Battlefield on it, and people, that's why people are pissed. It's just like the fans of the game were expecting like a Battlefield game, and you gave them this piece of shit. It's like,
yeah, so that would be bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we should end the show.
It'd be kind of like
soon.
Yeah, probably. It'd be kind of like if I was expecting certain things in a main series Pokemon game,
and then not having,
and they
like,
made it
Pokemon.
Completely different or something.
Yeah. It's like maybe I don't know. Maybe all your favorite Pokemon aren't in it because they changed it, and it's just like, what the fuck? Why is this called a Pokemon game?
They didn't say anything about it.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, you expect Pikachu to be in this game? Don't be silly.
People actually, in the latest main series game, but they knew about it beforehand, is that they weren't putting all the Pokemon in it.
Yeah,
so you could still beforehand.
That's fine, because
there's
a shitload of Pokemon, to be fair.
There is. Yeah, with that, like, that's kind of the argument I was saying for it. I was like,
but I would still.
There's like over 1,000 Pokemon.
Yeah, so
I can't just continuously put every single one.
No, but I'd expect definitely like the main character Pokemon, right? So I would expect probably like Pikachu's,
Pikachu's still in it,
Charizard's, the cat thing, whatever the cat thing's called. I would expect them in it, right?
Yeah,
because that would make it a Pokemon game. Like, if you take that away, then it's no longer a Pokemon game. It is, but the main characters are gone.
Yeah, Meowth was in it. Pikachu and them, they were all in it.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't think that they had all 3. I don't think they had. No, wait. I feel like they did. No, I feel like they did have. Nope, they did. Okay, they had all three of the. I feel like they did. It's been a bit since I was playing it.
Yeah.
I feel like they had the threes. I feel like they had Charizard, Squirtle, and Venusaur in it because they had a special form for each of them.
Yeah. So.
And then they had a special form for Pikachu, and they had Pikachu.
Yeah. No, but it's like, yeah. So that would be expected in a Pokemon game, and if you took that away and never said anything about it, and then people bought it expecting to get their favourite Pikachus or whatever, and then it's not there.
It would be really weird.
Yeah, and that's why.
It would be really weird to have to be like, oh, look at our Pokemon game, and people get it, and then be like, where's Pikachu?
Yeah, and it's, don't worry, guys, we're going to fix it. We'll bring in a Pikachu, and then like, the game's been out for 3 months, lads. We know. But in the February update, we're going to add a Pikachu, and then you see the picture of Pikachu, and it's like a completely different character, and you're like, that's not fucking Pikachu, man. What have you been doing for 3 months? Like, what? That's kind of the way it went on Twitter. It's like, what have you been doing for 3 months? Is this the scoreboard you came up with, and it took you 3 months? And he was just getting shat on. Like, the tweet came out like he was happy with what he had done, right? It's like, guys, don't worry, like, we're fixing it, here's the scoreboard. And then people are just shitting on it. It's like, wow, these guys just don't know what the fuck they're doing. It was funny just watching the shit show. And then a lot of the people refunding the game, and like, it's got half the players of their last Battlefield game. Like, that's how bad it's doing. It's like their older games got more players. So yeah. Anyway, I think we'll wrap the show up there. So yeah, NFTs are bad. No one wants them. Especially in games. And we'll end the show there. Thanks. The last shooting the shit show. We're done.
Yeah.
Because like schedules and stuff, and just stuff. But yeah, so this is just to wrap it all up and say thanks for tuning in when you did. And the Discord is still there because it's still Aerith Radio is still going to be up. It's just this show's not going to be happening. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.